Has Paige done something to piss somebody off? Or is the Divas division just in a revolution, period? That's what we're going to talk about because people have been asking some opinions on this. And, Paige used to be, once was, a big deal in the women's division. And now she lost to Summer Rae on Raw. And then she faced... then she had a match on Main Event. The question is, did somebody piss her off, or is this just something bigger is going on in the Divas division? The Divas division, you're lucky to maybe have, and it's 2 matches a night, and when you do have 2 matches a night, for the most part, compared to history and how many matches the Divas and women have had, 2 matches is really good. When you have Charlotte going out there having promo with Brie, and then you have Team Bad taking on Sasha and Becky, and then you have another match, they're kind of taking over the show in a way, and some people seem to be really upset the fact that Brie Bella is in the title picture. Some people are upset that Team Bad are still a thing, and some people are really pissed off that Paige is losing to Summer Rae. But when you think about it, you have the cast of Total Divas. You have the cast of the Total Divas that the show was basically becoming... I think, they're almost bigger than their wrestling career in terms of getting sponsorship deals, in terms of companies coming after them. And I think the WWE has a lot of amazing women's wrestlers. Now, I'm not going to take away anything from the likes of Alicia Fox, Paige, the Bellas, because I'll be honest with you, the Bellas, when they first started, before the title reign, I didn't think that they could really carry their own. And then Nikki did a great job. But in the wings down in NXT, you had Sasha, Charlotte, Bayley, Becky. So many great talent that's available now. And the question comes, if Divas go on TV and they lose, does it necessarily mean they did something wrong? Or does WWE just have a big plan? Or you can see right there, even the referee is throwing her down to the ground. Or is this more of a Total Divas thing and we're just not paying attention? Because it always seems like the randomest Divas matches turn into a Total Divas storyline. And you have to almost wonder at a certain point, are some of these Divas, if they realize, and you have to be in a position. If WWE tells you to do this, you got to do it. What are you going to do? Say no and then get fired? If they have the choice of, I'm sure every single one of them want to be the champion. Every single one of them want to be featured every night. But they're on Total Divas. There's at least some bit of an outlet, unlike, some of the guys in the men's division, like Zack Ryder or the Social Outcast. They don't really have an outlet to be anywhere. The Divas kind of do. And I know, especially if you get into the business to be a wrestler, being on Total Divas is not the same. It's a reality show. They're pulling in a little bit less viewers this year, about 800,000 people. But at the same time, they're still getting some exposure that the guys aren't. So if you kind of have to choose between, all right, we have these really great women's wrestlers, and they want to focus on wrestling, and then you have the Divas who, they don't mind taking a little bit easy. I'm sure Natalya would love to be in the title picture. I mean, she's still got a prominent role on Total Divas, and as much as I would love to see Natalya be up there and battle with the likes of Charlotte, Sasha, Becky, she's also looking great. I think she had tweeted out that she's down like 15 pounds, and she's looking hella good in the gym. She's working out. And, you got Divas like Mandy coming in. You have Sarah Lee down in NXT who got signed. There's a lot of, prospects coming up that when it comes to the division, I think we're going to see less of somebody pissing somebody off. Now, there was the scene with Road Dogg about how he legitimately seemed like he blew up, and Vince Russo talked on a podcast that, he knows Road Dogg, and that didn't seem like a fake or sketch thing because, Road Dogg is not a good actor. It may or may not be the case. I don't know. But it does seem like, Paige in general has just pissed somebody off. But then you have to consider what we have on the main card. We had Nikki Bella dropping the title. We had Sasha and Becky making their way up. And if you only have 2 spots, unlike when you just throw out in third-hour matches like with Zack Ryder and Heath Slater, which is definitely a throwaway match, any match that the Divas are on screen isn't necessarily a throwaway match. And I know some people are really upset about the fact that Summer Rae got a victory, but Summer Rae, that was probably one of her best matches that she's ever had. You know, whether it was for Total Divas or whether Paige did piss somebody off, in the end, it really doesn't matter. They're still getting TV time, and I'm sure there's a lot of guys and gals that would love to have that TV time, even if they're losing. Now, sure, you don't want to lose. You want to go out there and, you know, win or compete for something or what you're doing to have meaning, but they're on TV. So like I said, I don't know if she pissed somebody off. She eventually went to main event, or is this just a case of they've got a lot of divas right now. They're giving them, you know, 2 matches in a segment, and sometimes you just need a quick squash match. Maybe they're trying to do something with Summer Rae. Who knows? I found it really funny, though, when Michael Cole said she could be in the hunt for a title picture. Normally, you have to be the champion for him to say that. So I was a little shocked about that in the end. But when it comes to it, guys, I think we might be reading too much into it. If she really did piss somebody off, it's Paige. She's awesome. She'll work her way through it. And then if not, you know, we are at the precipice here of a great division and a lot of stuff that's going to change. One day, we're going to see Bayley, Sasha, possibly main event. It may not be WrestleMania, but it may be a pay-per-view someday down the line. The NXT pay-per-view between them was absolutely phenomenal. Sasha and Bayley put on one of the best matches, I would say, in my top 10 matches of all time. So it's coming. Now, you may see like Brie Bella challenging for the title as why does Brie deserve it? Okay, they're riding the wave of Daniel Bryan, which sure, it makes sense. WWE rides trends all the time. If Daniel Bryan's hot and he had to retire, it makes sense to put the title on Brie or put her in the title picture. Or is it the changing of the guard? You have Sasha and Becky taking on Team Bad, and if they beat them, and then you have Charlotte that beats Brie, maybe that's like, okay, Total Divas, you do your thing, and we'll stick to the wrestling thing. It's a serious question to ponder, and I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Hopefully you guys take time to be respectful and, you know, understand that the women's division definitely has potential. And I see some people all the time like, oh, man, they're just not that great to watch. Go back and watch the NXT match. Go back and watch some of that stuff, and you tell me then that they're not. Because, truthfully, I think they could put on some great. I see it more as a changing of the guard. That's just my personal opinion. If she didn't upset somebody, it doesn't really matter. We're getting the divas we want. Paige kind of had a run so far. I would love to see the other divas have a run. And when they only are competing for one title versus the guys have a lot of options, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You got to make the most of your time. And in the end, she was still on TV. And I know a lot of divas that weren't on TV, so maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. I don't know, but Alicia Fox, Foxy, another diva that has potential. But I think this could be the changing of guard. I think you let the other women come in, let them dominate, let them do their thing, and then in the end, they make some moves and then make some big things happen. So I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure to leave your comments in the section below. I'd love to hear your opinions on what you think, why it's happening, where they go from here. What's the thing that if Paige did kind of piss somebody off, Wade Barrett announced that he wasn't going to resign and he was going to move on to bigger and better things. Will that be the case for Paige if that turns into something more? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below. Alicia Fox getting that dirty victory. And until next time, we will see you all later.